Hello children, in this video lecture I will explain you rules of direct indirect speech with examples. But we need to understand first of all what is direct indirect or reported speech. You may often be required to report what you have heard somewhere. There are two ways of doing that. You can reproduce the actual words of the speaker, or you can give the gist of his speech in your own words. When the exact words used by a speaker are reproduced, it is called direct speech, and when the meaning of a speech is conveyed in the reporter's words, it is called indirect speech. Example: the inspector said, "I am glad to be with you today." This is a sentence of direct speech. Said is reporting verb, and I am glad to be with you today is reported speech. When we change this sentence into indirect speech, we need to write it like this. The inspector said that he was glad to be with us that day. If we compare the direct and indirect forms of narration, we find the following points of difference. The direct speech is always within inverted commas and it is separated from the rest of the sentence usually by a comma. No inverted commas are used in the indirect speech. In the indirect speech, a conjunction, if necessary, is used to join the reported speech with the rest of the sentence. Like here, in every sentence, you can see that is used. And tenses, personal pronouns like I, we, you, etc., possessive adjectives, my, our, your, etc., and adverbs denoting nearness of time and place undergo certain changes when the direct speech is changed into indirect speech. Let's start rules for the change of tenses. First, if the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech remains unchanged. Children, you need not to change that tense verb. Okay. Example, Ashu says, Pammi is going to England. Says that reporting verb is of simple present. So, we need to write same as it is. Ashu says that Pammi is going to England in indirect speech. Is going to remain is going to unchanged because says is there. Same as second example, the teacher will say all the children have become very naughty. This is a sentence of direct speech. Now will say is our reporting verb of simple future and have become is our verb. So here you need to remove only comma and inverted commas and you have to use that as a conjunction to join this sentence. So our answer will come like this. The teacher will say that all the children have become very naughty. Second, if the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tenses in the reported speech are changed into a corresponding past tense. Here two tables are given, one is of direct speech and the same verbs will change into indirect speech. That table of indirect speech is given. Is RM will change into was were will change into had been. When had been is there in the sentence, it means children you need not to do any change. Same as has have. If used in the sentence, then we need to change into had. If had is used, then it do not require any change. Any simple present tense verb, for example, is given here do will change into simple past did. Simple past did will change into past perfect had done. And when past perfect tense had done verb is used, then it will not change. In certain cases, shall, might be changed into should. May and can will change into might and could. Would, should, might, could, ought to, used to do not require any change, and must will change into had to. Examples: Suresh said, Anuj is very successful. Answer: Suresh said that Anuj was very successful. Here is changed into was. Second example: Suresh said Anuj was very successful. Suresh said that Anuj had been very successful. Was will change into had been. Next, Suresh said Anuj had been very successful. So, here this sentence do not require any change. Only we need to omit comma and inverted commas, and we need to add that in that place. So answer will come like this. Suresh said that Anuj had been very successful. Next sentence. Suresh said Anuj works independently. This is a sentence of simple present. It will change into simple past. Suresh said that Anuj worked independently. Next, Suresh said Anuj worked independently. Simple past sentence verb will change into past perfect. Suresh said that Anuj had worked independently. Suresh said Anuj had worked independently. Again, in this sentence, you have to remove comma and inverted commas, and you have to add that only, and then you have to write sentence as it is. Like Suresh said that Anuj had worked independently. Next, Suresh said Anuj will be quite happy. It will change like this. Suresh said that Anuj would be quite happy. Suresh said Anuj must learn computers. Suresh said that Anuj had to learn computers. Must will change into had to. Now, in this slide, we will see exceptions of Rule 2. First, if the reported speech expresses a universal truth or a habitual fact, its tenses remain unchanged. My father said, too many cooks spoil the broth. The reported speech is a universal truth. So answer will come like this. My father said that too many cooks spoil the broth. Second, she said, young children are very restless. The reported speech is a habitual fact. So answer will come like this. She said that young children are very restless. Second rule, if the reported speech describes a state of affairs which still exists when the speech is reported, its tenses remain unchanged. It means the action is in continuation when the speech is reported. At there, it is not required to change the tense of the sentence. He said, Uma wants to become rich by winning a lottery. The reported speech makes a statement which remains true when the speech is reported. So, answer will come like this. He said that Uma wants to become rich by winning a lottery. B. She said Ritu does not get along well with her husband. The situation continues to be the same when the speech is reported. So, answer will come like this. She said that Ritu does not get along well with her husband. Third, if the reported speech contains a time clause, its tense remains unchanged. The main verb of such a sentence can either remain unchanged or become past perfect. She said when Anu was living in Mumbai, she often saw Som. So answer will come like this. She said that when Anu was living in Mumbai, she often saw Som. Second, he said Gopi slipped when he was trying to board a bus. Answer will come like this. He said that Gopi had slipped or slipped, both are correct, when he was trying to board a bus. Now we have learned few rules, children. So for your practice, I have given you here exercise 1. Put the following into indirect speech using that as a conjunction. Write down this in your notebook, all the answers of this exercise. Now we will see rules for the change of pronouns and possessive adjectives. Pronouns and possessive adjectives of the first person are changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. First example, I said, I want to consult my parents. So I is your first person. So according to it, persons will change in the answer. I said that I wanted to consult my parents. Next, you said, I want to consult my parents. So according to you, second person, our answer will come like this. You said that you wanted to consult your parents. See, she said, I want to consult my parents. She said that she wanted to consult her parents. Here she and her we have used as per our subject of the reporting verb, that is she, and third person. So I have used she and her in the sentence. Children, now for the practice for the change of your first person, I have given here exercise 2. Do it in your notebook. Second rule. Pronouns and possessive adjectives of the second person are changed according to the object of the reporting verb. According to the object of the reporting verb. Example, Ashok said to me, your parents are waiting for you. Me is first person, your is second person, and you is also a second person. So our answer will come like this. Ashok told me that my parents were waiting for me. Children, note that if the reporting verb said is followed by any object, it is usually changed into told. Means we have to write said to into told. The verb told is not followed by the preposition to. You need not to write Ashok told to me. That is wrong English. You have to write like this. Ashok told me. Right? Now next, Ashok said to you. You is a second person. Your parents are waiting for you. So answer will come like this. Ashok told you that Your parents were waiting for you. Now see, Ashok said to him, your parents are waiting for you. Him is the third person, so according to it, we will change pronouns. Ashok told him that his parents were waiting for him. Now, for the practice of change of second pronoun, second person pronoun, I have given exercise 3. Solve it in your notebook, children. Now, third rule, pronouns and possessive adjectives of the third person remain unchanged. Right? So, examples are here. I said to you, he should be trusted. He is a third person, so we'll write like this. I told you that he should be trusted. You said Sandeep should not have neglected his parents. You said that Sandeep should not have neglected his parents. Here is no change in the person. If third person is there, so it person pronouns remain unchanged. For the practice of the third person pronouns, I have given exercise 4. Solve this also in your notebook. Now here are given expression of time and place in indirect speech. While changing the direct speech into indirect speech, the following expressions denoting nearness of time or place are replaced by corresponding expressions denoting remoteness or distance if the reporting verb is in the past tense. Again, here two tables are given. One is of direct speech, one is of indirect speech. This that indirect speech will change into that those in indirect speech. Here will change into there, now will change into then, ago, before, today, that day, yesterday, the day before the previous day, tomorrow, the next day, the following day, next week and year, etc. will change into the following week and year, etc. Last week, year, etc. will change into the previous week, year, etc. You have to learn this table very well, children. So write this also in your notebook and remember it. Examples of this kind of sentences. He said, I shall discuss this matter next week. He said that he would discuss that matter the following week. She said, we shifted to this house 2 weeks ago. She said that they had shifted to that house 2 weeks before. See, the speaker said we tried to control the prices last year. The speaker said that they had tried to control the prices the previous years. Children, in the previous sections we have learnt the rules for changing tenses, personal pronouns and possessives and words denoting nearness of time and place. These rules remain the same for all kinds of reported speech. But Reporting verbs and conjunctions depend upon whether we are reporting a statement, a question, or a command. Now we will learn these points in further slides. First, here we will learn what added precautions, what added things we need to change while reporting statement. So the reporting verb said may be retained as said. You can write it as said or you can change to told. But here the list of some other words that can be used as a reporting verb in place of said are add, admit, answer, argue, assure, complain, deny, explain, object, point out, promise, remark, remind, and reply. That is used as a conjunctions, and sometimes it may be possible to omit that. Sometimes you need to omit that. Okay. You can write as per the meaning of the sentence any of the word instead of said or told. Example, John said to me, I shall return your books in time. Now here answer will come like this. John assured me that he would return my books in time. Next, I said to the shopkeeper, the eggs you gave me yesterday turned out to be rotten. I complained to the shopkeeper. Instead of said, I have used here complained to the shopkeeper that the eggs he had given me previous day had turned out to be rotten. Sometimes pronouns of third person may cause confusion. In order to make the meaning clear, we may either use the noun itself or specify the noun in brackets. Nitin said to Rohit, you have made a mistake by giving up your job. So answer will come like this. Nitin told Rohit that Rohit had made a mistake by giving up his job, or Nitin told Rohit that it means Rohit had made a mistake by giving up his job. You can use name as well as pronoun. It's up to you. For the practice of these rules, I have given here exercise 5. Solve this also in your notebook. Now we will learn rules of reporting questions. The reporting verb is changed into ask or inquire. Then words like demand, wonder, want to know can also be used. Inquire and demand are followed by the preposition of. The question form is changed into a statement. The question mark is dropped. Always remember, children, when we write any sentence from direct to indirect speech, it will always change into a statement. Whatever the kind of statement is, you have to change into simple sentence. Now third, no conjunction is used if the statement begins with the questions word like the who, whose, whom, which, what, when, why, etc. Means we are not going to use any conjunction before WH question word. But if or whether is used as a conjunction if the sentence begins with an auxiliary verb, if it is a yes or no question. Other rules are followed as already explained. Example, she said to me, what can I do for you, dear? So we can write it like this. She asked me affectionately what she could do for me. Next, she said to the shopkeeper, How much do you want me to pay for this dressing table? She asked the shopkeeper how much he wanted her to pay for that dressing table. Next example, Meena said, "May I wear this sari, mother?" So answer will come like this. Meena asked her mother if she might wear that sari. Next, he said to me, "Are you not afraid?" I said, "No." He asked me if I was not afraid. I replied that I was not. Children, remember well, when you change a question into a statement, in WH questions you have to write that word, then you have to write subject, then verb, and then object, or we can say remaining part of the sentence, and you have to change as per the rules the required things. And when it is yes no question, you have to use if or whether, and then you have to write subject, verb, and object. You have to drop question mark, and you have to use full stop at the end of the sentence. Now we will see last example. I went near the old man and said, "Who are you and why are you sitting here alone?" I went near the old man and inquired of him who he was and why he was sitting there alone. Now for the practice of reporting questions, children, here I have given exercise 6. Solve this in your notebook. As per the rules, do the changes. Now we will learn rules of reporting commands, requests, advice, etc. First, the reporting verb is changed to order, request, or advise. Other words that can be found suitable are ask, beg, command, encourage, forbid, invite, remind, tell, urge, warn, etc. And the verb of the reported speech is changed into an infinitive. Do not is changed into not to. Do not is changed into not to, and other rules are followed as explained above. Examples: I said to my friend, "Help me in checking the accounts." I requested my friend to help me in checking the accounts. The father said, "Sons, do not quarrel over trifles." The father advised his sons not to quarrel over trifles. The mother said, "Run away, children, do not disturb me." The mother commanded the children to run away and not to disturb her. The young man said to his father, "Pardon me, sir." The young man begged his father to pardon him. Children, note that let is often used to make proposals. In such cases, the reporting verb is changed to suggest, propose, and the construction we or they should is used. But very often, let is used an ordinary verb as an ordinary verb, meaning allow. Means let is used in the meaning of allow, so it will remain same, and we add to infinitive before it when we change it from direct to indirect speech. Example: let's invite some friends to Alok's birthday. Said mother. Let's not, said the father. The mother proposed that They should invite some friends to Alok's birthday. The father was opposed to the idea. Here, let's not, I have written like that. Father was opposed to the idea. You can write it like that. Next, I said to my uncle, let me go home now as it is getting dark. I requested my uncle to let me go home as it was getting dark. So here next exercise 7 I have given here. You have to put these sentences into indirect speech and practice well the rules of reporting, commands, request and advice, children. Now we will learn reporting, exclamations and wishes. These are the last rules which we are going to learn. So first, the reporting verb said is changed into exclaim, wish, pray, bless, cry or any other suitable verb. The words showing exclamations such as hurrah, alas, oh, etc. are omitted, but the sentiment behind them is conveyed by using such expressions as exclaim with joy, exclaim with sorrow, etc. The exclamatory sentence is changed into a statement before it is reported. Remember well this, children? And the sign of exclamation is omitted. Other rules are followed as explained earlier. Example, hooray, I have topped again, he said. Congratulations, said I. It will change like this. He exclaimed with joy that he had topped again. I congratulated him. Next example, the old beggar said to me, may God bless you, my son. The old beggar prayed that God might bless me. We have to write answer like this in indirect speech. Now see, she said, how ugly I look in this dress. She exclaimed that she looked very ugly in that dress. Next, thank you very much, I said to the stranger. How kind of you to have helped me in my need. We have to write answer like this. I thanked the stranger and told him that it was very kind of him to have helped me in my need. Now for the practice of exclamations and wishes, here is your exercise 8. Children, solve this in your notebook. And one more exercise to practice well all the rules which I have taught you. Miscellaneous exercise, children. This also you need to solve in your notebook. Now here is a final concept to indirect speech. 2 or more than 2 sentences. What we will do? To change dialogues. Note that change the things as discussed further, like change reporting verb, use an only full stop at the end of the sentence of indirect speech, use the verb after the subject in an interrogative sentence, change the verb in the past tense, change the pronouns and possessives, change the verbs denoting nearness of time and place. You have to take care of each and every rules which we have just seen. Now, let's see the examples. She said, I want to work hard. I will surely achieve the target. Why is he trying to cheat me? Am I looking to be a foolish girl? Please tell me the truth. So these 5 sentences we will change like this. She said that she wanted to work hard. She added that she would surely achieve the target. She asked why he was trying to cheat her. She further asked if she was looking to be a foolish girl. She requested to tell her the truth. Next is Sarita. Where is Indu? Punit. Gone for her dance class. Sarita. Does she go for her lessons every day? Punit. No, only twice a week. Now here is a dialogue or conversation. So we will see how we'll convert this conversation from direct to indirect speech. Now answer is like this. Sarita asked Punit where Indu was. Punit informed her that Indu had gone for her dance class. Sarita wanted to know whether she went for her lessons every day. Punit told her that she went only twice a week. Now children, here I have kept this kind of sentences. So you have to change this following sentences into indirect speech. Mostly this kind of sentences will come in your exam. This only 10 exercises are for your practice, and to revise your rules I will send you more worksheets of textual sentences, and textual sentences will come. So do practice well of these kind of sentences children, and solve all 10 exercises in your notebook. Thank you.